What's up, YouTube? It's your boy RushMoreRick, and we're back with another reaction video. How I'm raising my kids. Let's tap in.
You ever just see a little kid acting up in public? Or maybe you see someone who's grown and just doesn't know how to act. Anyways, I look at these people and I just want to know, who raised you?
Nigga was bouncing that shit on the floor.
I'll let you know one thing. The way I'ma raise my children, these niggas are gonna be top 5 people to ever live.
I'm not gonna lie, right? I have a son. I'm pretty sure I told y'all this. If you're new here and you just now seeing this video, just your first introduction to me, I'll let you know I have a son. I promise you, I feel like everything that I missed out on, like I'm not gonna be one of them parents who lives through their son vicariously, like some adults do who didn't amount to shit. I feel like, you know what I'm saying, I still have a chance to do something with my life. So I'm not gonna, you know what I'm saying, dictate every action that has to do with my son is gonna be for my own benefit. No. But I do agree with this whole thing right here. I am going to grow my son to be the fucking apex human, like the most apex human possible. He's going to be really super duper smart, super duper good at sports, super duper athletic, you know what I'm saying, super duper, you know, good looking. He's my son, obviously. Come on. And like, come on, like everything that's right with a human that I feel like a human should be, but is missing in today's society, I'm going to push my son in that direction to be that. Now if he turns out he don't got it and he don't want to be that, I can never force my son to do something that I want him to do or I feel like he should be doing. But at the same time, he's going to have role models around. Like his mom is super duper smart, super duper career driven. He's going to have people around that he sees on a daily basis that's going to push this nigga to be the, you know what I'm saying, that path of being the next LeBron, to be the next. You don't even got to be a superstar athlete, but a superstar in that field that's making hella money. My son is going to be doing that. I promise you. I can guarantee you that.
My dream, just like every other father, probably would be to have a Project LeBron. But that's not really happening because I have to be absent in all forms, plus I reap no benefits. But honestly, I'm not going to force a career on my kid. But I might shift a couple things around, you know, just make sure they do something I like. As a jit, you know, I might spoil them a little bit. Because, you know, the goal really is just to max out stats. Now I'm going to say something a little controversial. I will allow for 1 iPad with screen time. Although, no son of mine is watching Dream Manhunts.
Yeah, we at the point right now, like I ain't gonna tell you how old he is exactly, but that's one thing about the whole screen time thing. Me personally, I don't see anything wrong with a child watching stuff. It's just all about what they watch, and you got to be careful what they watching, because in today's society, like I don't really watch TV. My girl don't watch TV, but the stuff that's on TV, if you ever just sit down and watch it, you know what I'm saying, we're in a woke society now. So a lot of stuff is just like a little too much for, I feel like, the children, especially like sit down and watch a children's show that's taking place in today's time period. Like they put in so much outlandish shit that has nothing to do with kids. Like why does kids cartoons talk about sexuality when they're literally fucking kids? No kid needs to be worried about sexuality. Need to worry about fucking Roblox and V-Bucks and Fortnite and, you know, just little stupid brain rot shit, or shit that increases their brain span, their brain power, shit like that. Like I feel like the Western society is losing the plot in terms of kids cartoons, which is why I don't really watch TV, and I don't really want my son watching TV unless it's like an old old cartoons, shit like that.
I can never get up off my mattress.
We'll be training for the tuning exams by 6 a.m. every morning. No excuses.
And he will be in the gym as well, because I'm in the gym.
And I'll let my kid use the internet freely. With surveillance, of course. The only reason is because I don't want no loser-ass kid who only gets his information from books. You see, I had free internet access, and I turned out fine. One of my biggest fears, honestly, might be having a geek son. Imagine this, I'm trying to ask my son, hey, you trying to go play some basketball?
But you know, the football was actually a Chinese competitive game that they cultivated.
Bro, you could not have come from me. Am I supposed to believe that I sacrificed my DNA for you to be born? Gang, if my son isn't cool, that's gonna break my heart. If I hear reports that bro's getting...
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. And that cool shit Believe it or not, I feel like that shit is like hereditary. Like it runs. I hope I'm using this definition right, but it's hereditary. The shit running your DNA. Either you got it or you don't. I come from a long lineage of cool ass people. My mom, cool as shit. Me, cool as shit. You know what I'm saying? Sister, nah, not so much. My dad, cool as shit. You know what I'm saying? Niggas a deadbeat, but you know what I'm saying? He known in the hood. He's cool. You know what I'm saying? Niggas fuck with him. Not for his parenting skills, but for the person that he is, they fuck with him. You know what I'm saying? I come from a long line of blood where people just fuck with us. I don't know what it is. So I don't think that it's going to be hard for my son to like grow up and just like not have no aura, not be charismatic or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Because like if you grow up around somebody or you're being raised by somebody with like a swagger, a confidence, aura, fucking a charisma about them that just like it'll rub off on you eventually, especially if like you're the child of somebody who has tremendous levels of that stuff. No, it's not important. I will say it's not important, but at the same time, it will make life more enjoyable if you have these things. So my son is going to have these things.
Getting his lunch money taken, I'ma just tell him.
When you leave here, go back in that dorm, grab the first nigga you see and beat the fuck out that nigga till they grab you. It's me, Carl. Chill.
Bro, if I have a Troy Bolton ass kid declining D1 offers because you want to go dance in musicals. Come on.
Man, Troy Bolton swaggy though. Let's not play late.
Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man?
Okay, I may sound like an abusive father right now, but hear me, hear thou. I'm gonna be a great dad. See, me and my boy, we're gonna be best friends. We're gonna go on adventures together. I'm gonna show him all my favorite games and we're gonna play together. We're gonna be on that PS6. I'm gonna take him on all the side quests I wish I could have been on. And doing this is also a fun way for him to pick up some hobbies, you know? We could go hooping together, or maybe even have some light little sparring matches. No free wins, by the way. It's called tough love, son. And on the topic of beating my kids, though, it's low-key not out the picture. It's pretty much all dependent on this little nigga's behavior.
Why did you make me do this?
And also how illegal it is at the time, because if this little jit starts complaining, talking about, my dad beats me at home, and I end up like this, man, I'm gonna be mad as hell. And hopefully by then my money will be somewhat right.
I'm gonna be mad as hell and dead as hell. But what I will say about that in terms of discipline, I feel like a lot of the kids, you know what I'm saying? And I can only speak for my culture of people. A lot of kids that are growing up to be these YNs and terrorizing the fucking streets, they're doing this because they come from, one, they don't come from two-parent households, whether the two parents are actively in the same house at the same time or the two parents are actively in that child's life. I don't think that, you know what I'm saying, a lot of people are having two different perspectives of ideas being ran through them, right? You know what I'm saying? I hope I worded that right, not weirdly. But yeah, and I feel like that's the growth of these YNs, the growth of these youth that don't fucking listen, that just do what they want to do, and they just spam TikTok on the wake up, and they just, you know what I'm saying, unmotivated, undriven, you know what I'm saying, uneducated, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like disciplining your children at a young age, and obviously you shouldn't be excessive. You shouldn't be fucking literally giving your child the beats. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't be literally fucking going three rounds of hard sparring with your kid just because they decided they didn't want to do homework that day. That's not what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? That is child abuse. I feel like we should all, as a grown adult, if you're a grown enough adult to have a kid, you should be grown enough adult to know what child abuse is and what disciplining your kid is. You know what I'm saying? It's a big difference.
I don't think it gets any worse than this. But that little nigga better be grateful. His first words are gonna be,
Father, I would like to thank you for allowing me passage into this world. Your financial and mental sacrifices will not be in vain.
If not, this nigga's going on auction to the highest bidder. But he's my son, so I'm gonna do everything to make sure this nigga is fresh as hell. I'm gonna be buying this nigga full Rick fits, yeah. Yo, but money don't come off trees, so that shit coming from China. But if anybody asks, I did not get it from him. It's my responsibility to put my son on. So I'm gonna have him hooping since day one. He's gonna be as tough as he can as soon as possible. And you gotta be a little strict to build discipline, alright? Even if he starts talking about you make me hate basketball. And if this little nigga has the audacity to be fat, I'ma hit you with one of these.
No child of mine will ever be fat. It can't happen. You know what I'm saying? And it's not. I don't say that to say that there's anything wrong with fat people. There's nothing wrong with fat people. If you're fat, by all means, go be fat. You know what I'm saying? That's your life. But at the same time, I come from a household of acting. I almost lied to y'all. I don't come from a household of active people, but I come from a household of people who have athletic ability and chose not to use it. I, on the other hand, chose to use it. I played basketball in high school. I played basketball recreationally. I go to the gym very, very often, if not every day, every other day. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? It's just some form of activity my child will always be involved in. So even if he finds himself lounging around eating a whole bunch of bullshit, he won't have the opportunity to get fat because, one, you're going to be in a sport. If you're not in the sport, you're going to be practicing for that sport. If you're not practicing for that sport, you're going to be doing something, bonding with your parents with some type of physical activity where you're you know what I'm saying, you're moving your ligaments. You know what I'm saying? Y'all be comfortable with letting y'all kids be couch iPad potatoes and then be wondering why them niggas be obese by the age of fucking 6 years old. We're not doing that. No. It can't happen.
No fat boys will be living in my house, bro. If I catch you eating 6 bomber ass clad eggs.
That's now look, that's a high protein meal right there. I'm not mad at that. If I come home from a long day of work and I see my son smashing 6 eggs with like 4 or 5 strips of bacon, I'm gonna say, bro, where's your fruit at? Get some fruit on that plate. But at the same time, I'm not mad at that. You don't get fat from eating eggs. That's one. You don't.
6 blood clots.
If you're gonna be fat, you better get singing about some lean, talking about some can't put down the car. Boy, can't put down the car. Also, I'm gonna have one-on-one sessions with my son just to teach him some social etiquette.
Salutations, fine shits. Would you like 2 YNs like us?
Never is that my kid. Cause you never catch my own offspring saying, where's my hug at to no females? Okay, who have full knowledge of ball by the age of 15. And me and my son, we're gonna have the same interest. We'll be watching Dragon Ball and listening to Cardi off Spawn.
I'm telling you,
And
nobody
if my
say,
own son doesn't like Cardi,
hey yo,
that's not my son. Somebody cheated.
that nigga don't. My son ain't gonna have to like Cardi, but that nigga's gonna have to be able to tolerate some Drake. Not only tolerate, you're going to tolerate and love some Drake. Or that nigga can take the cheese bus to and from school. Honestly, if you in my car and you're not tolerating Drake, guess what? You can fucking catch an Uber. Nah, I love my son. He don't gotta love Drake, but he will be able to tolerate Drake. You gotta tolerate Drake.
And I'm not the one getting pregnant, so you can answer that one for yourself. But I've been high-key thinking, what if I just put my son through it?
Are a worthless, friendless, faggot-lipped little piece of shit.
Like, not in no crazy ways. I'm just saying, like, give him some struggles, you know, so he can learn to adapt to things. Call it a Project My Horizon. Bro, what am I even talking about no more? But now I'd like to draw your attention to a dilemma. To a question that has puzzled even the greatest philosophers of our time and old. This question is, gay son or thought daughter? Gay son, no hesitation.
I'm not gonna lie. This is one of the greatest debates of all time. The gay son or thought daughter debate. And honestly, I think I would have to do the thought daughter. And as crazy as it may seem, I think I was always team gay son, but now I have to change that because I don't. Your gay son is not guaranteed to be the masculine. That nigga could be the feminine gay son, and that's just not something that I don't think I would want to be comfortable with. I don't know. The thought daughter aspect. All right, you can obviously do your best to raise your child to be the most upstanding citizen in society, but they're going to grow eventually to do whatever they want to do. If my daughter was to grow up to be a thought or to be a hoe or to be anything of a Jezebel promiscuous woman, that would be eventually up to her. Now, under my roof, are we doing these things? No, you're on triple, quadruple lockdown. No phones, no da 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 da. And yes, some people say that breeds a different type of child, a sneaky child, etc., whatever you want to call it. Sure, it may, but at the same time, you can be the thought daughter, just not under my roof. You know what I'm saying? When you start to build your own finances and build your own motion and build your own way, by all means, you can suck all the cocks in the world. But in my house, we won't be doing all of that. No, sir. No, ma'am. No turkey. No ham. Let's tap in.
Bro, there's some pretty cool gay people. This nigga better start making the best music I've ever heard.
Yeah, I've been down, but I need that boy.
That's not what I mean. But I thought, daughter, that's really my great.
Because, like, literally just think about it. You choose gay son, you could literally give, like, you can have a Lil Nas X son. Do you really want a Lil Nas X son? Because I don't think you, in the deepest of your hearts, want a Lil Nas X son. Just think about that, you know?
Greatest nightmare. Imagine this being your creation.
Got ran through by 101 men.
She not even lying. I would have sleepless nights. I'd be tossing and turning in my sleeps. It's not even funny to think about. My one job with a daughter as a father is to guide her to the right path and make sure she doesn't do OnlyFans. If I witnessed my own daughter be a part of a house called the Bub House, I would take my last breath right there. And to my son, do not follow your father's footsteps. There are consequences to being a gooner.
Why? How do you know? How do you know?
Well, that seems to pretty much be the gist of the video. If y'all had children or soon to or do already, how are you planning on raising your children? Are you going to raise them to be the best of the best? Or are you okay with them just being an iPad couch potato kid? You let me know. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. It's your boy RushMoreRick, and we're out of here. Peace.